Promising the moon. At the start of this chapter, I told you that SAGIA made big things happen because we made a solemn promise to the Saudi people that we would raise the country's competitiveness ranking to achieve the 10 by 10 goal. This experience taught me how to be much more than a successful businessman. It truly steeled me in the rest of the 10 golden rules. It taught me things I could not possibly have learned inside my father's company. Because I was suddenly in the public eye and tasked with fulfilling a promise I had made to an entire country. Since then, I've made other large promises, memorable for their soundbite quality, including the one to help 20 million disadvantaged children around the world by 2020, or to have Al-Dabbagh Group place among the world's top 20 wholly owned family businesses by 2020. But wait, you might say, it's all very nice to set big goals and promise people the moon. Isn't it smarter to underpromise and overdeliver? Quote, underpromise and overdeliver is a cliché one hears in public and private sectors. It advises underpromising as a hedge against disappointing others. And both tactics, especially the first one, are profoundly wrong. I believe that playing it safe means you are risk-averse and living too small. To me, I aim, therefore I am, has a lot to do with both overdelivering big promises and overdelivering on the follow-through. When you overdeliver, you delight your stakeholders. Many of the golden rules have to do with overdelivering, as you will see in the chapters that follow. But if you stop overpromising and delivering on those promises, you slip back. Overpromising keeps you moving forward toward the big, I aim, therefore I am, finish line. People who accomplish great things make big promises and do their best to fulfill them. This kind of purpose-driven ambition gives life real meaning. And if we don't live a life full of meaning, we aren't living. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy delivered a famously pithy, soundbite, promise in a speech at Houston's Rice University. We choose to go to the moon, he declared. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things. Not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept. One we are unwilling to postpone. And one which we intend to win. And the others, too. 5. The speech gave Americans something to yearn for. And in 1969, that dream came true. Consider the story of the celebrated long-distance swimmer Diana Nyad. Many years ago, Nyad set a finish line and made a big promise that she would swim from Cuba to Florida, a distance of 100 miles. In one go. Nyad was 24 years old when she set a women's record of 8 hours, 11 minutes in the 22-mile Florida Bay of Naples race in 1974. As she got older, she kept swimming longer distances in unfriendly environments, including a record-breaking 28 miles around Manhattan in just under 8 hours. In 1975, all the while, she swam hours a day. Most people have trouble swimming even half a mile. In training, Nyad routinely swam 15 miles or more. To normal people, trying to achieve a goal of 100 miles would seem insane. Over and over, she had failed in her attempts to swim from Cuba, fighting off circling sharks, stings from deadly jellyfish, hypothermia, and the massive currents of the Gulf Stream for mile after miserable mile. She got older and older, but she refused to relinquish her dream, and just kept at it. Finally, at the age of 64, she tried again, for the 5th time. At this point, everybody, scientists, sports scientists, endurance experts, neurologists, my own team, including Bonnie Stoll, her coach and the person closest to her, said it's impossible, she recalled. They said, it simply can't be done. 6. The effort would bring another failure at least, and very possibly death. But Nyad had a mantra. It was, find a way. and find her way she did. 53 hours after she took her first stroke on the morning of August 31, 2013. Having swum without touching the boat or resting, and having been beleaguered by vomiting, hypothermia, pitch darkness, and hallucinations, she finally stumbled onto the Florida shore, having accomplished what no other swimmer could. The first words she spoke after her epic journey: never, ever give up. You have a dream and obstacles in front of you. As we all do, she told an audience at TED Women in 2013. None of us ever get through this life without heartache, without turmoil. And if you believe and you have faith, and you can get knocked down and get back up again, and you believe in perseverance as a great human quality, you find your way. 7. And at the end of her TED Talk she said, "The truth is, I'm walking around tall because I am that bold, fearless person. And I will be, every day, until it's time for these days to be done." If you are intent on making a difference in the world, overpromising is important, as Diana Nyad has shown, because it drives you to your highest potential. Pressure of the kind that real achievers practice is a good thing. It forces you, and often others around you, to go beyond your comfort limits, not to unhealthy lengths, but in the no risk, no gain fashion. You raise the bar. The results may not be absolutely everything you promised, and you can't control unforeseen circumstances. But if you really imagine the next big thing, and the other golden rules described in this book, I promise you will achieve record results.